My date said I looked taller in my pictures, so I replied that she also looked skinnier in a light-hearted way. Later, she accused me of body-shaming her and told all our mutual friends. So, this past weekend, I, 28M, went on a date with a girl, 26F, I met through a mutual friend. We'd been chatting on Instagram for a couple of weeks, and things seemed to be going well. We decided to meet up in person for the first time. We met at this cafe downtown, and the vibe was chill. We talked about our interests, our jobs, and just got to know each other better. Everything was going pretty smoothly until about halfway through the date when she said, "You look taller in your pics." I was a bit thrown off but laughed it off, saying, "Well, you also looked a little skinnier in your photos." I meant it as a joke and didn't think much of it. We both laughed, and I thought we were still on the same page. The date continued, and we were having a good time, chatting about everything under the sun. By the end, we even talked about meeting up again. But then, later that night, I got a message from her. She was really upset and called me an asshole for body shaming her. She said my comment about her looking skinnier in her photos was hurtful and uncalled for. I tried to explain that I was just joking and that her comment about my height also caught me off guard. But she wasn't having it. She was really angry and blocked me on Instagram. The next day, my mutual friend who set us up calls me, sounding pretty pissed. He asked why I'd made such a rude comment. Apparently, she had told him and some of her friends that I body shamed her. It felt like he was already siding with her, which was super frustrating. I explained my side, saying it was just a joke and that her comment about my height was a joke too. He seemed skeptical and said, "She's really upset, and she blocked you everywhere. Maybe you should think about how you handled things." Feeling pretty confused, I started to question everything. Was my comment really that bad? I didn't mean to hurt her feelings at all. It was just supposed to be playful banter. I felt like I was being unfairly judged for something that wasn't meant to be taken seriously. Am I wrong here? Edit: to clarify, I'm about 5 feet 8 inches and my photos on Instagram don't intentionally make me look taller. She looked pretty much like her photos in terms of face and style, but maybe a bit curvier in person. Again, I wasn't trying to be mean, just thought we were joking around. Update: I decided to go through our entire chat history, from Instagram to the date. The messages showed that we were both joking around, no ill intent at all. There was no way she could have thought I was serious. When she accused me of body shaming, I pointed out that she had also made a comment about my height. She just replied, "Go look up what body shaming is and its history." Like, what? I decided to share the screenshots of our conversations with our mutual friend and some other friends who had questioned me. Once they saw the whole context, it was clear she had twisted everything to make me look like the bad guy. The mutual friend, and others who doubted me, reached out to apologize. Turns out, she has a habit of exaggerating stuff and playing the victim. People started to see through her act. Some of my friends were shocked that she had taken it so far. They said things like, "Man, I can't believe she'd do that. It's obvious you were joking, and it sucks that she twisted your words like that." Their support made me feel better, but it was still frustrating that this whole situation had blown up the way it did. The whole thing left me feeling pretty frustrated. I kept thinking, why did she have to blow things out of proportion? I didn't mean any harm, and now I had to deal with the fallout. It was exhausting trying to clear my name over something that was supposed to be a lighthearted joke. The truth was finally out. People could see that I wasn't trying to body shame her and that she had blown things out of proportion. My name was cleared, and it felt like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. It was super annoying to be judged based on a misunderstanding, but I was glad the truth was out. So, that's pretty much it. I'm ending this chapter and moving on. It was a rough ride, but I've learned a lot about communication and standing up for myself. Big thanks to everyone who had my back and gave me perspective. Now, I'm just focusing on moving forward, keeping my circle tight, and avoiding any drama like this in the future. Thanks for the support, everyone. Top comment: she's a hypocrite. From her initial reactions, my guess is she discussed her date with her friends, and they made her realize she was body shamed. After realizing she was the victim, she went along with that narrative.